The Talkable Brand video series. 50 ways a brand becomes talkable. Today's way. Talkable is measurable. Word-of-mouth marketing conversations can be measured. However, we might not be able to track and analyze all word-of-mouth conversations that occur offline and online. Measuring specific conversations people have offline, that is face-to-face and voice-to-voice, about brands is difficult. We can't track every passing comment someone says about a brand in the physical world like we can in the digital world. Online social media has made it far easier to track and measure conversations people have about brands. Businesses can measure the volume, velocity, and tone of what people are saying about brands online. From likes to tweets to status updates to check-ins to videos to photos to pins, marketers have boundless ways to monitor what consumers are saying, when they're saying it, and where they're saying it. It's relatively easy to measure word-of-mouth marketing conversations happening in the digital world. But does the online conversation mirror the offline conversation? Can marketers trust what people say about brands to their online social circles is the same as what they say to their offline social circles? Yes and no. The Caliphate Group has tracked online and offline conversations going back to 2006, and they've concluded online conversations about brands sometimes are indicative of offline conversations, but in many instances, online and offline conversations follow very different patterns. The key pattern differences, as detailed by Caliphate, are offline conversations people have about brands are more positive, more credible, and lead to a higher purchase intent than do online conversations about brands. More importantly, Caliphate data reveals about 90% of all brand-related word-of-mouth conversations happen offline. Less than 10% occur online. Since 9 out of every 10 conversations about brands happen in the real world, and these conversations are more credible and lead to a higher purchase intent, shouldn't marketers spend more time measuring offline word of mouth? Absolutely yes. Marketers probably believe they need to develop an exhaustive analytical engine to best measure offline word of mouth. That's not the case. The most simple and, in my opinion, effective way to measure offline word of mouth is to use the Net Promoter Score developed by Frederick Reichheld along with Bain & Company and Satmetrics. Reichheld's deep research in customer loyalty resulted in him believing the ultimate act of loyalty is a recommendation to a friend. The foundation of the Net Promoter Score states there is a strong correlation between a company's growth rate and the percentage of its customers who are willing to recommend the company to a friend. The more promoters a business has, that is, people recommending a business to their friends and friends of friends, the greater likelihood a business will have long-lasting sales success. To begin determining a business's Net Promoter Score, customers need to answer one question. How likely are you to recommend our company to a friend? Customers answering using a 10-point scale with 10 being extremely likely and 0 being not likely at all, the responses are categorized into 3 groups: promoters, passives, and detractors. The Net Promoter Score is determined by subtracting the percentage of detractors from promoters. An NPS score of 50 and higher is viewed as excellent and tells marketers that customers are spreading lots of positive word of mouth about the business to their friends and friends of friends. Word of mouth marketing conversations can be monitored and measured. But to arrive at how talkable a brand is, marketers must go beyond measuring likes and tweets online to measuring how recommendable a brand truly is. For more episodes of the Talkable Brand video series, visit the Brand Autopsy blog.